Well, here I am again. Here I am again, and forgot to put on my wrist cuff after my share. Dang. But anyway, I'm gonna be doing the same thing I did yesterday. But now somebody told me in the comments that what I was a doing with the strips was called slashing. Slashing is kind of an odd word, but I'll take her at her word. And so I looked up slashing. And I found some more ideas. And so I'm going to, but then I also found that the slashing can also be called that other word I was using yesterday. What was that word I was using? Chenille. Some people call it chenille work. I don't call it work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting scraps, or let me just turn you down here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of sort of putting scraps of fabric here and there on this piece of my 10 by 10. I'm just going to be putting scraps of fabric on my 10 by 10 piece, and I'm going to be overlapping them kind of sort of. I got to iron that one. I'm going to be sort of, I don't know why this one looks like I was making a mask, but I didn't use this piece or something for some reason. And so, I want to put on a bunch of, like, different colors. Because I saw them doing this. I saw them. I saw them doing this. And so, I'm, and just layering and layering and layering. Okay, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting a whole bunch of layers on this. Just like, I'm just going to keep on going till the cows come home. And, oh, that one, I got to make that one a little bit smaller. And so, give that a little press. Give them a little press because then they just lay down flatter, you know. I want them to be flat. Okay. But I'm going to make this thick because that's what I saw. I saw it. I saw it on the show that I watched. And so I'm just going to keep putting them on there in different colors and different whatevers. And see, I just got like scraps. I mean to tell you, scraps. And I'm just going to keep layering them up. Now, the girl I watch, she says you got to make sure that the grain goes in the same way or something. Well, that's too deep for me, so I'm not going to worry about grainy stuff. And she used a piece of denim and just folded it over. Well, I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to, because see, I don't follow instructions very well. And so since I don't see the need to follow instructions, you know, I don't see the need for that. I just kind of stick them wherever. I'm just going to stick that there because, like, I don't follow the instructions. The destructions. I destruction all the instructions. Yeah. Well, I think I need my hair band. My hair is going to want to go in my mouth. Okay, I'll just stick that one on top of there. And then, oh, that was left over from some masks I made for my grandson in Arizona. some army fabric. Just put this one right here. Just chip a little bit off of there. Let's put that across here. And then let's see, find some more different. Dig deep, Elizabeth, dig deep. Oh, that's pretty, see? Although the pretty, you know, it's not going to really show up. But you'll see how that goes. I'm just following well, no, I'm not following instructions because I just got done telling you I didn't follow instructions very well. Kind of crinkled. There we go. That one right there. And have these little no, those aren't dragonflies, they're just ladybugs. Okay, let's see. Let's put a piece of that one. Oh, gotta get this one too. On that in a little bit there. See, it's nice to have all your surfaces. Sewing machine, cutting surface, ironing surface. Okay. A little piece of fall fabric. It's getting kind of thick there, but that's what we're looking for now. See, if I understand them correctly. Let's see. Oh, let's get some of this light blue. Light blue. Let's get some of that in there. Okay. Just rip me off a piece of that. Let's go that way. I'm going to iron that right there while it's on there. It's not going to melt my board. Okay, and let's see how we're doing. Okay, let's get some of these stars. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have my wish upon the star tonight. You ever heard that? We used to say that when we was little. When you saw your first star, you make a wish on the star. Yeah, okay, now. Okay, now, I think I have enough layers. I think even the Pope would be happy with all them layers. Okay, this one's a little bit different. Let me put that one on there too. Okay, and then let's put this little piece of red here. Oh, that's doubled over. Let's see. Let's put that piece of red right there. And then, oh, here's some, this is like greenish. Let's put some of that. Let's go this way. Let's go that way. Okay. Now I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this. What did I do with it? Is this it? That's not 12-inch square, 10-inch square. No, maybe I started doing that and didn't finish. Okay, that's probably what I did. I'm going to have this square of 10-inch. And put that on top. Just like this. That 10-inch square. So I have a 10-inch square of white on the bottom. Whoopsie. And then I'm going to put a few pins in here just to kind of hold it together, hopefully, as I get going. You know, I don't want it to be falling to pieces. So I'm just going to put a few pins in there just to kind of, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Don't make me come up with the right words because that's pretty much a waste of my time. Because I don't never know the right words anymore. I called the refrigerator the lawnmower. I'm not kidding. Okay, now we're going to go over here. I'm going to take this over here to the sewing machine. And I'm going to start rowing my strips. Sewing my strip. Did you see this? I put lipstick on this morning. But my hair is kind of flipping in my face. Okay, that's better. Now I'm going to move you down here to the showroom floor like this. Scoot that back like that. There. Now, turn on this light. Turn on the spotlight. Okay. Now, yesterday I mentioned that I would be oops, I got that on zigzag. I don't want it on zigzag. I want it on straight stitch. I want it on straight. There. Okay. I mentioned yesterday that if there's anybody who wants to donate to the poor, that's me, poor, donate a square of 10-inch square of however you want to make a junky square. I don't want nothing fancy. Don't get me no fancy nothing. But if you want to donate a square to my quilt, I'm accepting now. And then I had somebody ask me yesterday, or on my last video, part 3. She said, "What is your address? I want to send you a square." And so I put my address below the video. So I will have my address below it. Hi, Papa. What's that?
I'm going to go outside.
You're going to go outside? Okay. Be careful out there. Make sure there's no dragons.
Yeah. I don't have any plans. I just need to get out and walk around a little bit.
Oh, okay. Love you, darling. Oh, Papa, would you go in my other room and get my drink, one of my drinks? And I know you brought them all in there. And then I didn't tote one with me. Gosh, he's going to pack up and move one day if I keep having him do all these things. I'm putting my squares, my stripes, my lines, my stitch rows about a 1/2 inch apart. And thank
Here's
you.
Your drink and here's your coffee.
Gosh, you brought my cold drink and my coffee. This guy's amazing.
We are rolling.
And so, about a 1/2 inch apart is what I'm doing them. About. Not exactly, just approximately. And so, and I'm not sewing across the tops here. Across the top, I just pick up the needle so I can cut all the way down. And then I'm going on with my next one. And so this morning my daughter come by, my daughter Jennifer and my grandson Jeffrey, because they decided, now Jeffrey's off of school for a week because of Thanksgiving, and so they are going on an adventure. They decided they were just going to go on an adventure. So, and I am so jelly, I can tell you. And Jennifer says, "Come home, pack you a couple things, get in the car and go with us." I says, "Well, I can't do that unless you have a bathroom and a shower in your car." And so, but I says, "You take a lot of pictures." But they're leaving first. I mean, here we are in Central Florida. They're going to Savannah, Georgia. I said, "Oh my gosh," be sure and take a lot of pictures in Savannah, because that is someplace that I would love to go. I can't go now because I couldn't go now because of this old age, I've got chronic old age syndrome. And so I couldn't go now, but I said, you be sure, be sending me pictures on Messenger and take pictures for me to look at when you get home. And she said a friend of hers just went and took a trip through Savannah, and the friend said that for $35 you can pay for a bus, and the bus just goes through the whole historical district of Savannah, and you can just get on that bus and get off that bus as many times as you want. And so when you get to the historical district, the valet will park your car, and then you pay that $35 for the bus, and that bus, you've got the bus for the whole day. So they rented a hotel or motel or whatever that they're going to stay for the night, because they're going to stay there, overnight. They're going to get up there and then stay overnight, and then the next day. And then that next night, they're going to leave and they're going to go to, unless they hear, they might hear of other places to go to. But they're not too much worried about the COVID, because they're going to be they're taking plenty of vitamin A and vitamin C and zinc. And then they also have their masks, they got their hand sanitizers, and they're going to be, just the two of them, basically. So I believe they'll be fine, and I believe the memories they make are going to be well worth the, the dangers of the COVID. And sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And she's a nurse, so she's good. Yeah, she's good. So that's what they're going. Their first stop is going to be Savannah. And so they might be halfway there already, because they come by here this morning. What the heck was that? I keep getting them little noises in my machine lately. I don't know why. Oops. Let me check now. Let me just go ahead and cut that thread and then start it again, because sometimes it just gets a little wrinkle or something. I don't know. And so they're going to have fun. I know they're going to have fun. I read a book about Savannah. I still got that book. I want to read it again. I don't remember the name of it, but it was about Savannah. And it's so historical. I really think that they are going to have the time of their life and make memories. I just cannot hardly wait for them to come home and tell me the stories. I know they're going to be great. Now I wonder if... Now, my sewing machine best not be giving me a hard time. Why is it wanting to do that? There, it's going okay again. Just get along all fine with me, old Kenmore. I've had this sewing machine, 15, 20 years, a long time. It's been doing good. So, if it does give up the ghost now, it wouldn't be no big deal. I would have had my money's worth out of it. But it's still sewing, so as long as it's sewing, I'm happy. Okay. Yeah, it's sounding good now. It just had a little hiccup there, I guess. And so, but yeah, they're on their way. This will be a Thanksgiving for them to remember. And they may be up at Katie's for Thanksgiving. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Katie's not having Thanksgiving till Saturday because of work schedule or something. Do you hear that noise? Why does it want to do that? Don't do that, sewing machine. Be nice. Be nice. I'll be nice to you if you be nice to me, sewing machine. Oh, Kenmore. I'd have to take a second mortgage on a house and buy me a new one. But yeah, this will be fine. But yeah, we're going to go like this here and get that. Oops. I just turn that. Why am I going like that? See, that looks pretty cool just like that. But then, now see, I did this yesterday, but I did not have it completely layered up like I did on this one. Okay. Let's see, we've been 21 minutes so far. This is probably going to go to that phase 2 again. So, and like the other day, I think it was yesterday when I did a video, and it was part 1 and part 2, and then I just left my phone alone to let it oh, you know, if I turn that sewing machine light off, then there's more light on this. But I was letting my phone just do it. Well, my phone went dead, so it uploaded part 4, but it didn't finish uploading part 3 because part 3 was longer. And so I had to upload that later after I noticed that it wasn't uploaded. And so hopefully, and see, I made that purple a little bit bigger. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to go now, and I'm going to take my scissor, and I want to go all the way down to that white layer and get all of those pieces that I put in there. And hopefully you all can see what I'm doing. And I'm cutting all the way up to the other end. Yep, and it cut all the way. I got it all cut. It's all cut. All the layers are cut in there. Oh, I wanted to show you my advertisement. Yesterday I was talking about this Yardley soap that I got from the Dollar General. Now, this soap, Yardley of London Sweet Cherry, it says on there, made with vegetable oils, cruelty-free. That's what really impressed me, was cruelty-free, because I never in my life knew that there was any animal byproducts in soap. And so I bought it just because I liked the package, and I wanted to use the package as like a pocket in a junk journal, because I thought that would be so cool. But it says here, trusted for generations, Yardley soaps are crafted with essential oils and skin-caring ingredients that help smooth your skin and soothe your mind. Introducing Yardley's Farmers Market Cherry Moisturizing Bath Bar, made with pure vegetable oils and fragranced with the sweet mouth-watering scent of ripened cherries. And I'm telling you, so many soaps make me itch. This does not make me itch. But you know what else I found to be interesting? Yardley of London. Where do you think it's made? Think it's made in London? Nope. You think it's made in the United States? Nope. It's made in Where did I see that written down? Made in Turkey. Made in Turkey. It's where it's made. Take a whiff of that pack. Oh, that's right. You can't smell. That's. See, I was telling y'all about that yesterday, and I just had to, but I couldn't find the package. But that is what it is. That is what it is. And so now I'm going up, and I'm going to cut in between. Now, see, you got to be careful not to cut that back layer. And like I say, the person I watched used denim on the front and denim on the back. And then she also showed it after it was washed. So, and washed and dried. And man, that was awesome. And so, I'm not going to show you that today because there's no pause on this phone that I know of anyway. And, but I think I'm soon going to put all the squares. I think I've got 21 squares or something like that done. And once I get, I might go ahead and wash what squares I have, because I want to wash them even before I stitch them together. Oh, see that right there? It's a little thick, so I got a lot of. Make sure I'm not, I'm not into the back. There we go. That was a little thick right there, so that'll be nice. But they call this slashing. So if you look up slashing, now that's why I love for you all to make some comments and such. And like, I didn't know what this was called. Now I do know what it's called because someone was kind enough to leave me a comment and tell me that it was called slashing. And then after I looked up slashing, then I saw that it's also called chenilling, you know, that word. That's what I was thinking yesterday, but that was just my guess. So, but it's more commonly called slashing. And oh my gosh, the beautiful things. Handbags they made out of the slashing, and the fat, you know, and because it is just so gorgeous. And then one of the girls left me a comment and says she's got a jacket that is all made with this type of fabric. And so I bet that would be awesome. I would wear a jacket made out of this kind of stuff. Just patchwork it together and make yourself a jacket. That would be so awesome. People would see you in the Walmart and they'd be so jealous because they didn't have one like yours. They'd say, "Where'd you get that?" And then you could say, "I made it just by myself," and they would be impressed as ever. But it would be awesome. I mean, tell you, because with just all raw edges, you don't need to do no hemming, no nothing. But can you imagine like this with some kind of like a jacket made out of something like this with like a handmade fringe on the along the bottom edge or something? Oh, that would be so pretty. I watched a video that Bootsy made, and where he hand makes his fringe, and it is so simple to do, you know. And if you had a half a brain, you could figure it out. Well, I didn't use that half of my brain. I hadn't figured that out till after I seen him do it, and I said, "Well, that's pretty doggone simple." And so, to make your own fringe, but sometimes I have to be shown, even though it's something you could probably see. This is kind of thick right in this area too, so with all them thick scraps, and you seen the scraps as they went in, You don't have to get all kind of fancy with them or nothing. You just put them in there. Okay, that one's all cut down. Yeah. Okay, then we'll go to the next one. And see, this is the time-consuming part, I guess. But it's fun because you don't know what you're going to get. You know, after it's done... Yeah, I'm going to wash some of these today so I can show you tomorrow what they end up with. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine and you're not able to get a sewing machine, borrow somebody's sewing machine. If you can't borrow somebody's sewing machine, you could just borrow stitch down the, you could put your fabrics together, and don't say you don't have no fabrics, because you got fabrics. You just go in your husband's closet and take out a couple shirts that he doesn't even wear anymore and cut them into pieces, and there you got fabric. Or tear apart an old sheet or curtains or whatever, and there you got fabric. But you can do the borrow. And the borrow stitch is nothing but a running stitch, just a running in and out, in and out, in and out, all the way up the line. And slow stitching, you know, they call that slow stitching too. But the borrow style slow stitching is just a running stitch, in and out, in and out, in and out. There you go, that's good. And you could do that way. It would take a while, because some of my squares are going to be borrow stitched as well. And I've got my first square is at my dining room table. And so I'll just go sit at the table, because see, I got to move around, you know, I have to be in there. And while I'm in there, I do my borrow stitching that I'm doing on one of my squares. But I keep poking myself with the needle, I swear, I'm such a klutz. And so, I got a few more to go, so just hang on to your britches. Now you can go get you a cup of coffee or something and come back, and you really won't miss anything. And so, but my main thing here is to get a 10 by 10 inch square. And I might have to trim some of them up, I don't know, because this one, my purple, is just a little bit more than 10 by 10, so I might have to trim that a little bit, but no big deal. It's going to get flannel on the back. All the backs are going to get flannel before I stitch them together. But after I wash these things here, I might just go ahead after I'm done here and just throw all these ones here in the wash and let them wash and dry so I can